capable for it now. I am building some rubber band guns. So there's a guy out there, I think he's Russian, and he built a bunch of rubber band guns, and he built a rubber band gun and then sold it on Kickstarter. $100, $200, I don't know, it's pretty expensive. I didn't want to buy one. I attempted my own CNC, so I thought I'd cut my own. But there's no plans out there for it, so I had to go out and create all my own plans, just on some of the drawings and pictures, not drawings, I should say, of some of the pictures of his gun. So I thought I'm going to try and make it the same and see if I can come out and do it myself on my CNC. And this is what I've got so far. So I've got pretty close to what it looks like. My lid's not holding off magnets, so I got to figure out how to hold that on better. The loose. But in there you got your motor, batteries, the spin, and my rope is currently off. This rope goes through all these, and the rubber bands come flying forward. So there's one, there's two, number 2 right there, almost done. Number 3 is this pile here, number 4 is this pile here, 5, and 6 is the pile right in front of you there. So what I do is I take these old battery powered drills, this kind. This is a good one, still works. I take the part when you find them in Goodwill, when somebody loses the battery or the battery's dead, they find a new one and throw the old one away because they don't have a battery for it anymore. Take them apart and you get these little motors and triggers out of them. It's all out of the drill. Not the easiest thing in the world to take apart, but they do come apart. Trigger, drill. And you gotta be careful. I tape the front shut because the bearings will all pop out if you don't tape them shut. So this one still has the spring on it. I gotta cut that spring off or else it's too big and doesn't fit in it. So I cut that front part off. So I'll show a close up of these in a minute. And then you get those. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those ready to go, which is, there's only 4 guns to make up here, so this one's already got it. So those are all good to go. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more motors over there, so I can make 4 more of these guns. The hard part is trying to find out how to configure the battery packs for each drill, because this one is 7.2 volts, this one is 12 volts, 14.4 volts, 12 volts, 18 volts, 7 volts. It varies. So putting the battery packs in there is kind of confusing. I've got a double 5-pack here. I've got single 4-packs. I've got single 2-packs over there. So a combination of the battery packs is what I've been using. I did pick up a bunch of these little Christmas light packs. They don't work because they have something inside of them that controls the flashing of the lights. So even though it looks just like a battery pack, it's got something up in here controlling it. So because of that, I had to take this apart and remodify it. May still do that, I don't know. Not gonna throw them away. I got them for really cheap after Christmas. These are the little lights that you put in your dash of your car. I don't know where you put them, but that's where these come from. They were really cheap, less than $1 a piece. Whereas these are $1 a piece. So, and those have little switches on them. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have a switch, even though you don't need it. So I'll get a video of me shooting the rubber band gun, how it works. It really is just a knockoff of the one that's already out there. I literally took that design and rebuilt it. It took me a long time to figure this out. I've redone it like 6 times. The handle on this one is a little bit twisted and it breaks right off. So I modified it and the handle built into it next time. These are a nightmare to put on. This one, they're screwed in with a screw right here in between each space, and it literally screws them all the way down, and it starts to split the wood because it's a screw. So now I've stopped doing that. Like here's one where the wood's all split out. You can't see that either because it's too far away. Had a lot of problems with the first couple of designs, so I've redesigned it a few times, and now I've got it down to where I think I got everything working good. That's why I went ahead and cut a bunch out. Of course, if it doesn't work, I'll just refine it in the next revision of it when I go to CNC it, since I have the plans now. I'll show you some of my prototypes. grab you and move you around here real quick. So you can see here that I did, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the prototypes, and then 1, 2, 3 of the final ones. Actually, one of those is the one that's sitting over there, so those are the 4 that are sitting over there, and these 4 were prototypes, and I actually had one more prototype that I broke down and threw away because I was tired of all the boards laying around. And you can see that that's all cut out. Let me get a better one, you can see everything. You know, it all cuts out of a sheet of plywood. On my CNC, I lay it all out. What I do is I buy a full sheet of plywood, and I cut it down to, which my CNC can only go from the x-axis, can only do 31¼ inches. I mean, that's literally the max, 31¼ So I cut it down to 31 inches across, and I leave it the full 4 foot length the other way, and that's what those boards that you were seeing there, those are 4 by 31. And then once I do that, I cut it out and I get all the pieces I need for one gun, and then I throw a bunch of extra pieces on in this gap, just in case I have breakages. And what you're seeing right there on that pile is the gap pieces in case I have a breakage. So there's a bunch of pieces from the guns that are extra, just because you have room. So just cut a few extra pieces off, just to make sure you have them. The hard ones to cut extra are the main body and the teeth pieces here. It's hard to cut any extras of these, just because they're so long. They take a lot of space up on the board going across. So, and honestly, this is what takes the longest on the CNC is these tooth gears, or not gears, rubber band holder. And these are sadly kind of flimsy, even with this 5-part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-part plywood. They're kind of flimsy. I thought they'd be stronger with 5-part plywood. But as I mentioned, the body of it, these are pretty long, this single piece. And because I'm using a CNC, I can groove out all the spot for the trigger and the wire going up. And then down here, I leave this gap down here. On a lot of these motors, you'll find a MOSFET. It comes off the bottom of it down here. Does this one have a MOSFET? It does not. Some of them have a MOSFET down in the bottom of the thing that, I guess it's for heat reduction. And I don't know if it'd be safe to lose that. Some of them put the MOSFET right in the side of the trigger. That's the MOSFET. But some of them run it down below so the heat's away from the trigger. Here's one that has it down below. Look at this big old piece of aluminum, chunk of aluminum. That's heavy. Big old chunk of aluminum with a MOSFET in it. So this will overheat. So you got to leave some room down inside the gun here. Can you see in the picture there? You got to leave some room down inside there for that to sit somewhere separate from the trigger, so it's not overheating the trigger. The trigger will go in there. And this one's a little big. I'll have to notch that out a little bit. Everyone's a little different. So, and then this will go down here in the base, and it's cut on both sides like that. See here, it's cut out completely on the gun, where the wire goes up and the trigger and all that sits in here. And then on the other side, you got the cutout in the bottom too. None of that's actually from the picture. That's just from me prototyping out, figuring what I had to do. So that I didn't know until I put like the third one together. I'm like, how am I going to fit all this in here? And then I put these 2 pieces together. Now, the design that the Russian gentleman built and put up on Kickstarter did not have these pieces going all the way forward. Had some pieces up here that looked a little different, but because I was using 1/2-inch plywood and this stuff was not strong, I went ahead and did the triple layer like that. And it does make the gun a bit heavier in the front. So this is very front heavy. Let me see if I can see. Oh, I'm not going to do a hole like that. Yeah, center weight is about right there. Not where it should be back here on the handle. So, had to do a lot of modifications to make it work. One of the weirdest things that I could not figure out was this piece right here. Right there. Can you see it? That was the hardest piece to figure out, and I want to refine it, but that's finally what fixed the gun. So if you spin this one, it kind of slowly spins. I'm not pushing too hard, but it comes to a stop right after you let go. Because I got a spring with a ball bearing in the end of here, and 2 nuts where I can adjust how much tension there is pushing on the side of this plate inside here, so that it can slow down. Otherwise, when you release the motor, well, it's not strung out with a string. When you release the motor, here's one that doesn't have the mechanism in it yet. Now watch this. Yeah, when you release the motor, it just well, it actually would spin that way towards this side. It would just keep spinning, and it gets, what happens is the string goes down past, I'll show you on the other one. The string would come down past, find a place to set this heavy thing down. It would come down past the thing it's supposed to wind on, and then it would be jerking back up when it catches it with the motor, and it would just be all over, and you'd get it crossing on here and jamming up. So once I put that tensioner on the other side, then the tensioner allowed it to hold some tension, and then unless the trigger is being pulled, it's not moving forward. So those are the current projects we're working on today, and in the last couple of weeks with the CNC and 3D printer. So, also I'm not liking the camera at all. I got this little GoPro, and I'm just not liking it's a really wide screen. There's no zooming in hardly, so I don't like it. I gotta get a better camera, I know that. I don't like the sound on it, so it's what I have right now. That's why I haven't been posting a lot of videos, because I don't like my camera, and I don't like posting videos that look as bad as that. Anybody have any questions about this? Shoot me some comments. We can chat about it. Anybody got any better ideas on that mechanism I built to slow it down? That's awesome. I think in the main one, he puts a little plastic thing here. I'm wondering if that's what he's using to slow it down. This little plastic piece in there, trying to catch it like a tab. If that's all it is, it's much easier than the spring-loaded thing, but I think that also could just be a locking mechanism. Safety for the gun. So, shoot some number 32 rubber bands is what I have. 3.5 inches. So, that's where we are today.